Before we jump into probably the questions, it's probably as a team to come up to Cairns and be here. Last year was a lot tougher with COVID and the restrictions that we had, but the experiences that we've had to go to the schools. We brought some AFLW players. Our captain Hannah Priest has been through the schools to see the AFLW girls, but to be a part of the community here for only a few days, it's fantastic. And to be at AFL House now and to see the traditional dancing and the kids and the just the joy on their face, it's a great experience for them, but it's a great experience for us because the things that we can put back to the community are so important, and especially up here in Cairns. So it's been a privilege so far. It will make it more enjoyable if we do get the 4 points, and that's the aim. But we've had a great experience and really appreciated the open arms that all the Cairns people have had for us Saints.
Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Just in the lead up, obviously it's been a bit of a different one being based here in Cairns. How are the boys with that preparation heading into Saturday?
Yeah, we brought up 27. We were a bit unsure about Rowan Marshall leading into the game, so we brought up 27. A couple of boys will fly home pretty much a couple of hours before the game, and then we'll keep one to just in case something happens in the warm-up. But I think the beauty of getting away together is you start to have some conversations because you're together all the time, and it's not just about training and footy and then going home. You're together all the time. So sitting on the bus, being in the hotel room, going for walks and have a look at the streets. The players get to have a greater knowledge of their teammates, which is really important, and not just the players, it's the coaches, the staff as well, which is important. Yeah.
Josh Battle's being moved into the main ruck. How does that look for your side?
Yeah, he won't be in the main ruck. He was in the main ruck last week because we lost our 2 ruckmen. Ryder and Campbell will ruck for us, and Josh will go and play in his traditional spot there. It was more for a necessity. Hayes doing an ACL and then Rowan getting that cork on top of a cork, so it just made it difficult. And Joshy did a magnificent job, so he'll just play his traditional spot.
Speaking of centre bounce, it's been a hot topic of conversation this last week with all the injuries that are going about. Just keen to get your thoughts on whether the rules need to change for centre bounce.
I think sometimes injuries come with waves. You get a type of injury that comes, a week or 2 in a row, but we haven't seen, the PCLs for a while. So just let the game sort of, tell us what it needs by the end of the year, and they can adjust accordingly. But I think it's going fine.
And as you said, you've been in Cairns for the last few days. What aren't expected to arrive until tonight? Why do you think they could do the edge, having been able to train with the Saints for a few days compared to them?
I think to have a look at the venue and the ground. The ground is in magnificent condition. I back those words that were said before, brilliant conditions. But just to have a look at the size and that and get familiarised with everything, where we're going. Last year was quite rushed, wasn't it, with everything. So just to take our time. I think the other part for us is about what we can give back to the community to come up earlier. We've had coaches talk to local coaches, and that's been really pleasing for everybody connecting together. So it's not just about the footy for us. This is a bit bigger than that this weekend. We're trying to do it as a group, but we have a role to play up here, and also that connection piece for us is important.
Yeah, what do you make of the local AFL Cairns competition from what we've seen?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Aaron Davey, who I worked with at Melbourne, is a coach up here, and he won the flag last year. He was very quick to tell me that, and good on him. He's a great fella, and really knows his footy. But you see some of the talent that's coming out of Cairns and around this area in Queensland. They're doing a fabulous job, and it just keeps growing.
Not played anything up. Zach Jones, he's still down there with the VFL side. What do you think his timeline for return is?
We'll just wait. Him and Billings will play VFL this week. Zach had COVID, and his partner had COVID, and then he got COVID. So it started off as a 7-day, then turned into 10. He'd only played one game in roughly 6-7 weeks. So it was like, we don't need to rush him here. And people recover a little bit different with COVID. Some bounce back really quickly, and we found others have just taken their time a bit and a bit chesty and that. So we'll just take it easy for him.
And Port have quite a tall forward line. How are you going to combat that? You guys got to fight a smaller defence in comparison. Charlie Dix is still not in Port, but Battle, Howard, Wilkie is sort of the 3 main tools that we've got there. We think we've hopefully got it covered. But we know that Finlayson kicked 5, Marshall kicked 5 last week. They're dangerous. Their last month has been they've lost by a kick
against Adelaide after the siren. They got beaten by Melbourne, which every team has so far this year, and they lost to Carlton by a point, and then they beat West Coast. So their form in the last month's really good, and for us, we'll make sure the ball doesn't get down there, hopefully. That's the main thing. Yeah.
Hi guys, it's Johnny. Just on Tom Campbell, what are you hoping for? It's his third club, his experienced campaigner. What are your expectations for him tonight?
He'll play ruck forward. He's a competitor, Tom, and it is his third club, but he's as we know, ruckmen get better with age, and for him at just 29, 30 years of age, there's still a fair bit of footy in him, and for him to come into our team, he's ready to go. He's been playing good VFL footy, so we've got full faith in him that he'll help Paddy and get the job done there. But he's worked extremely hard since he's been at our footy club.
Good to have Billings back in the VFL.
Yeah, it is. It's to have Zach Jones, Billings, and Hunter Clark's a week away. So Hunter, if it keeps going the way it should go, he should be right to play next week at VFL level. And Jaron Geary will be on full minutes now, so he'll have no restrictions there either. So that's pleasing for our list. We're starting to get fairly healthy, touch wood, but it's good those boys will be back.
Good for the competition for spots, isn't it? That depth coming back.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that yet, but it is going to get tight. And that's something probably last year we didn't have the luxury in doing, is changing personnel and maybe putting players on notice a bit more. But with our list being fairly healthy, we get that opportunity to keep striving. And when you've got a healthy list, it does put a lot of pressure on players, and you don't even really have to say much because everyone's there trying to hold their spot and perform at the level that's required.